My name's Terrie Hayward, and I'm here at our local Humane Society. And today we're going to talk about jumping. I have my friend Roxy here, and she's a dog who's lived here her whole life since she was a little puppy. Sometimes Roxy jumps so high, she can jump to head height, and I'm 5'6". So we're going to work on helping her to learn that 4 on the floor is the way to go. I'm also lower, which means it's going to encourage her to stay lower. And I'm just going to reinforce her for remaining at this level. I don't want to inadvertently reinforce that pawing at the cage, so I'm going to try to reinforce before she feels frustrated enough to do that. She's up. Okay, I'll reinforce as long as she's back down. I'm starting with protective contact so that she doesn't have the opportunity to jump on me, because I don't want her to practice the unwanted behavior of jumping on me. So we're starting through the cage with reinforcing 4 on the floor. By using positive reinforcement, we can teach a jumpy dog that it's way more worthwhile to keep their paws on the ground. Yes, I can mark and reinforce any behavior that I like. Yes, 4 on the floor is my target behavior, but as long as she's not scratching, yes. At the bars, as long as she's not barking at me, yes, I can mark and reinforce, again, any offered behavior that I'd like to see more of. Yes. So I'm starting by building a long, strong reinforcement history. Yes. For her practicing 4 paws on the ground. Yes, well, she doesn't have the opportunity to jump on her because I'm outside the cage. Yes, the next step is I'm gonna go inside with her. So come on along. So if you were doing this at home, you might have a baby gate or something else separating you from your dog. Your dog might be on a leash. Here, now, which would be the same thing you would do as if you were going inside of your house, I'm going to toss some treats in the back so that I can get inside without her practicing the jumping. Yes, marks again on the floor, tossing treats in the back. Here she goes. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity to get inside, and yes, I'm going to try to mark and reinforce before she gets to me. Yes. 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 So the key is to be proactive, yes, instead of reactive. Yes. Second she's near me, within 2 feet, yes, I'm going to mark, yes, and reinforce. If she jumps and I've already marked, no problem. Yes. I just need to wait till she's back on the floor, yes, to deliver that reinforcer that I owe her. Yes. 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 I already marked, she jumped, I deliver where I want her, because we mark for behavior, yes, reinforce for position. Next step, yes, yes, is that I'm going to take her out, because this environment, yes, is also really overstimulating for her. There's lots of other dogs barking. She doesn't often get out of this enclosure. So I am going to bring her outside, and then we're going to mark and reinforce the whole time. I'm going to help her put her head through my leash by making a big loop. Whoops. And then I'm just going to, yes, and marked feet are down, and I'm just going to reinforce her where I want her, which is through the loop. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to head out. Yes, which is on the ground. Hey, buddy. I wanted her to see that. Yes, I marked, then she jumped, which just means that I'm going to pay once she's back on the ground. This is a situation where it would be handy to have a lick stick or a lick tube. Yes, because I need to be able to reinforce. Yes, really quickly. Yes. So as you can see, we changed our background. We moved to the office area, which is out of the direct kennel spot. The kennel spot has all kinds of high cortisol, adrenaline going, and it's really challenging for many, if not most dogs, to try to regulate and calm down. So we've moved to a calmer spot. I'm also stopping for a minute and giving her some attention, because a lot of times jumping is an attention-seeking behavior. So we're just sitting calmly for a few minutes, giving her some attention, and then we can go back to our specific training piece where we're going to mark and reinforce 4 paws on the floor. So to recap, if we have a dog who's jumping, we first want to start in protected contact, meaning on the other side of a baby gate or with the dog on leash held by another person, so that they can't physically get to you to practice the jumping on you behavior. Then our only criteria is 4 paws on the floor. We don't need to ask for a sit. We don't need to ask for any other type of cue. All we need to do is heavily reinforce paws on the floor. As you saw with her, because she's really fast, if you mark 4 paws on the floor and then she jumps up, you still have to deliver that reinforcer, but you're just gonna wait until the paws are back on the floor and reinforce there. Because we mark for behavior, we reinforce for position. So now in this new environment, after we've spent a little time together, she's actually calmed down a little bit. She's exploring her space. Yes, I'm gonna just mark. I'd already marked when she jumped, which means I owed her this, and I'm gonna reinforce where I want her, which is on the ground. Yes, same thing. I marked, and then she jumped. I'm, yes, reinforcing on the ground. Yes, gonna try to get a little faster here, which means my mechanics are a little messy. Yes, but that's okay, we can clean those up. Yes, we just don't wanna start with messy mechanics. Yes, back on the floor, earns good things. Yes, jumping up, earns nothing. I owed her that one. Yes, inhaling cookies without, yes. Inhaling cookies without, actually, yes. Chewing, even though this is cheese, yes. High value treat for a high intensity area and a high intensity behavior that has a lot of practice. So as you can see, she can jump to head height. Yes, the second she made a decision like that, yes, we're gonna mark and reinforce. After we sort of loop, mark, reinforce, mark, reinforce, mark, reinforce, we do wanna pause and see if we can give her the opportunity to make a good choice. Sometimes that might take several sessions. Yes, liked that extra second there that she waited. Yes, we don't know how long little Roxy has been practicing this behavior, but as I mentioned earlier, she has lived in the shelter, meaning that cage, or a smaller one, yes, for her whole life. So she's probably really anxious for attention. Again, jumping can be an attention-seeking behavior, yes. And she probably gets very little in terms of exercise and affection up compared to a home life. Yes, loved that little decision. But you can see, while it's patience and consistency overall, already in this short time, yes, we're seeing less jumping. That's what we're looking for in the long term. We're not looking for from jumping to none. We're looking for a gradual trajectory, yes, in the right direction. Also, because she's a young and energetic puppy, I'm using my long line, yes, and I'm choosing to toss my treats away. That gives her a little job. Yes, she's got to go find them, gives her a minute to go and kind of stretch her paws there in a way that's constructive instead of, yes, jumping. So after I'm working on just reinforcing 4 on the floor, again, we always start with a really high rate of reinforcement, but then over time we pause a little to see if she can make a decision that we like. Then I can teach her later on other behaviors like a sit or like a down, which of course don't involve any kind of physical manipulation. Like right now, she's seated. Yes, I could capture that behavior. So as we mentioned, Roxy has been in the shelter pretty much for her whole life since she was a tiny puppy. So this behavior is not unusual, but it's also not one that's hard to overcome with positive reinforcement, patience, and consistency. Don't forget, Roxy's available for adoption. Thanks for joining us today.